Stop it. There we go. Alright. We are back. Sorry about that interruption, but it was a decent time to stop and use the restroom and refill our drinks anyway. Alright. So we left off with the passing of Borin. Where would you guys like to... Where would you guys like to take it from here?
Grum will stand up and turn to the rest of the party. What's on us now? We can't, I guess, he wasn't going to be around forever to protect us. I always knew there was more to this place than, you know, just being a place out in the wilderness. There's something special that goes on here. There's a reason that people come here. It's not just for adventure. Something happened a long time ago. And, well, I don't think it's good. I don't think any of this is good. I think we're gonna have to, well, I mean, if we don't figure it out, I think it's more than just this town that could be at stake. Do you think we can kill a god?
I don't see why not. I think
can
it'll be
find
a
several
great
people.
adventure.
Well, I don't think I can kill a god. But I think with, I don't know, I'm stronger than I was before, and
And you have
we
us,
keep getting
Grum.
stronger.
You have us.
Well, maybe we just take it one step at a time. We're gonna have to get to him somehow. I guess that's the first step, right? To figure out how to get there. Wherever he came from.
Sounds like a
So-
solid plan.
I guess Tim? I mean, he's gotta know something more.
That's what I've been saying. We've just got to find a way to coax it out of him.
Okay. I know where a water barrel is.
Yes, waking him up sounds like a great first thing. Get the water barrel.
Oh, okay, we can do that too.
We have the fountain.
Dunk him in the fountain.
Was Tim dragged along?
Yeah, I have him.
Okay. I'm just gonna go and grab Tim and liberally throw him in the fountain.
Alright. That's a thing. So, Tim falls into the water of the fountain. Comes springing back up out of the water. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold.
Grum's going in after him,
Welcome back, Tim!
grabbing him by the shirt. and dragging him like up to tippy toes and just looking down at him very pensively. You're gonna answer some questions, Tim, and I don't want to hear your bullshit anymore. Because let's be real, if you don't answer these fucking questions, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off.
Roll intimidation.
I'd answer the question, Tim.
Do I get something?
I'd really
Hold on.
answer the questions.
Word of
I
advice.
feel like I have a racial for intimidation.
I think
Yeah,
you
I
do.
think
Probably.
orcs are proficient in it, or half orcs.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. I am proficient. Right.
And I would very much roll with advantage between your current mindset and the party's help. Yeah, you definitely get advantage.
Nice.
All right. Tim looks at you wide-eyed and suddenly very much awake and just nods his head very slowly.
Use your words, Tim. Who were you before this shit started? Where did it start? Start at the beginning and don't miss out anything.
I can't feel my feet.
Just like tosses him out of the fountain onto the dirt in front of the party.
He, realizing that he's free for a moment, scrambles for a second, looks up, sees Novak, scurries backwards a little bit, looks up, sees Ocean, goes to scurry away a little farther. Marcus
Don't
steps
run
in front
away,
of him.
Tim.
What was that?
I was saying, don't run away, Tim. We're your friends.
Fair enough. So,
Charisma moves her hand in just such a way that he would know exactly what she was doing. I suggest you just stop.
he settles in for a second, realizing that he really doesn't have anywhere to go, stands up and dusts himself off. As he dusts himself off, all of you sitting and staring very plainly at him start to notice his hair turning blue, going back to the figure that you know as the man in blue. And looks at... Go ahead.
I'm going to message Ghost and say grab him. He's changing.
I am not going to grab him. I want to see what happens. Curious.
As you were
Okay,
exchanging...
if I kill him, it's not my fault.
As you were exchanging this conversation back and forth via the message spell, the man in blue looks at Grum. What do you want to know?
Why here?
It's the weakest place that we could find to open the portal. We just had to get rid of that silly old man, but it seems time has done that for us.
Who are you? Friend?
Friend. I've been called many things. That is not one of them. My name is of no concern. Timothy, however, he's a fun little vessel. He's weak, easy to manipulate.
Boring. Your name is not of no concern. I asked about it. What should I call you other than friend?
Call me Tim. Seems fitting since I'm inside of his body.
And so did Tim make the agreement with Asmo, or did you? Timothy, Tim. I don't know. Whoever. You.
That pleasure would be all mine.
Hmm.
And how did you get inside of Timothy?
A little bit of persuasion, some flair, a little bit of charisma as he looks at you.
So what's the point? Bring your boss over here so that he can, what?
Well, you see, I'm not strong enough to fight something like that. You're certainly not strong enough to fight something like that. Why not join sides with the winning team?
It wouldn't be the winning team if you didn't bring him over, dumbass. He's
But
obviously...
That was very smart, Grum.
No, it was wise. There's a difference.
Jeez. There's a lot of fire coming from Grum. Spitting flames. What are the terms for joining your side, Tim? You have me intrigued.
Help break the barrier. Bring him across. He'll make us kings. Wealth. Power. Everything
They'll make you
we
food.
ever want.
Do you really believe that? Because the only thing that anyone from the other side sees humans as, or anyone that walks this plane on a regular, consistent basis, is as food. They see you as food. You are a means to an end so they can feed. That is it. Anything else that they have told you is a lie.
I don't know.
I feel like a lot
Being
of
king
insults.
sounds kind of nice. So what's the plan then? How do we get Asmodeus across? How do we open the portal?
You see,
Uh, Grum would like to insight check.
go for it. What are you trying to incite?
Like, I actually can't distinguish your voices particularly well. Was it
Ocean. It's
that's
Ocean.
speaking? Yeah, I thought it was.
And I want to insight check with him.
Like, is he just trying to lead him on, or is he, like, for real?
Roll your insight checks.
Read it.
Whew. Grum can definitely tell that, well, it's, I would say charisma probably, she probably believes what I'm saying. I would say Grum is like, it's hit or miss, but it's not likely that I'm serious. I'm more leading him on. Novak believes it wholeheartedly.
This should be fun.
Novak is like, he's betraying us. Shit.
Charisma is just not sure, so she's going to just message him and say, "What the fuck, dude?"
Shh. I'm intrigued.
Okay, and then I'm gonna turn in message Novak. Okay, if we have to kill him too, like, that's just, yeah.
Yeah, Novak just puts his hand on his sword and just readies it in case he has to use it.
So Tim, what's our game plan?
We go to the graveyard. We finish the ritual that I started.
So,
That's it?
It's only the first step.
Can I get some more step? I want the big picture. Give me the whole plan.
The figure that is the man in blue in front of you starts laughing maniacally. Grum, because of where you are standing, roll a perception check.
Damn.
You notice Bob sneaking around the building, coming towards you guys. Behind the man in blue, with a crossbow in hand.
okay.
Is he the only one that sees it?
Grum would be the only one that sees it based on the way that you guys would be standing around the tree.
Yeah, this guy deserves it. Screw it.
The man in blue, standing there laughing maniacally.
Grum just look when he will look towards Bob and give a slight nod of his head.
Okay. The man in blue finishes laughing maniacally and begins to look at you. So are you in? Or are you out? Because unless I know whether or not you're with me, and that is the last word that he speaks, as a bolt flies through the air and sticks directly in the back of his skull,
Oh, so close.
dropping him to the ground where he stands.
And Charisma's gonna cheer and say, yes! Bob's my new favorite.
God damn it. We were right there.
At this point, Marcus looks at Ocean and draws his greatsword.
Oh, Marcus, your stubborn asshat. Put it away.
He wanted to join that thing.
No, he didn't. He's just persuasive.
Oh, it's called playing the game, Marcus. It's called playing the game. It's a game of information. The more we know, the better off we are. How
By
are we
the
going to
way-
get more information? Join their side for a little while, hang out, have a few laughs, learn what we can, and then we fuck off and we beat the hell out of them.
By
They'll
the way,
never see it
Marcus
coming.
rolled a natural 1 on his insight check.
Okay, so like
He bought it.
I'm just saying that your theory could make sense if you weren't dealing with something that makes deals and thinks of you as food. They don't care if you're on their side or not. Either way, you're going to be eaten.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I'd leave before they tried to eat. Ah,
Yeah, good luck with that.
you doubt
So-
me?
Yes, I do. I doubt you.
You've got to
I call
have
bullshit.
faith. You gotta have faith.
Hey, people.
Faith.
So there's a thing here. Do we think he was the only one?
What about his son?
Well,
That was his son.
well, that's a start. But
Tim doesn't actually look like Tim. He looks like this guy, so we don't even know what his son looks like.
True. Does change look.
I can deal with that.
Morgan, being
If
Morgan,
he's outside, I can force them to not change.
Ooh.
Morgan
Kind of
being
harder
Morgan,
inside.
goes up and starts perusing through the robes of the man in blue.
Yes, what does he find?
He pulls out the stone that went in the back of the grave that teleported him and Novak to the place that it did. He pulls out a small stack of papers and begins shuffling through them. Getting through about the third or fourth page of this stack of papers, he stands up, looks at the group, and begins to explain that from what he can tell in these stack of papers, that just because the man in blue is dead does not stop the ritual that has been started.
So what does stop it?
What does the ritual even be doing?
I don't know exactly what the ritual would be doing, but I know that we need to find Robert.
Find Robert. Got it.
He hands you the papers, Ocean, and points very specifically to a spot on the paper that is almost like a journal of the things that he has done. And at the point that he directly guides your vision to, it says, "Should I not be able to finish the task, this foolish man Robert, the son of Tim, is convinced that what he is doing is to protect the town,
Ooh.
and will see it through for me."
Back to the graveyard then. I imagine that's where he'll be. Everybody with me?
Morgan kind of nods and yawns.
We can check it out.
We know that's where he has to congregate to. Excuse my yawn.
I'm gonna ask Morgan that little key that he has. Can his familiar take that and then hide it somewhere? That way no one else can get it right now?
Morgan smiles, holds out the stone. Nicodemus kind of waddles down Morgan's arm, grabs onto the stone, and Morgan snaps his fingers and Nicodemus is gone with the stone.
Well, that's handy.
Nice.
It'll be safe.
To the graveyard, then. Everybody ready?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be at the graveyard, but we can go there.
I figure we start there and then expand our search outwards.
Can we grab some food on the way out of town? I'm a little hungry. Ooh, and a drink. Can we get a drink? Like, not as potent of a drink as you guys had last night, but like, you know, some nice wine, some cheese, something. We can have a picnic at the graveyard. It's all good.
DM question.
Hmm.
Are there animals that frequent Ascension? Squirrels, rodents beyond the rats,
Yeah, you would have seen
birds.
owls, different various birds, squirrels, foxes, things like that.
Looking around, does Grum spot any of them?
You do not see any directly. Roll a history check.
Ooh.
You remember a story that Boren used to tell you about a strange bird. You can't really remember the details, but you're sitting here thinking about the animals and whatnot, and you remember a story of a strange bird that Boren told you. That spoke
Okay.
like a man. Somewhere near the town of Ascension.
Okay. Note's kind of shake himself out of his thoughts. Well, you guys go to the graveyard. I think I have a way to find Robert.
Do it!
Well, I have to go outside of town for a minute. And, well, you know, I'm not saying that I'm scared or nothing, but, I don't like to go out there by myself so much.
Take someone with you then.
Need a hand?
Yeah.
I'll come with.
You and Novak go do whatever you need to do, Grum. The rest of us will go to the graveyard and make sure our friend Robert here doesn't do anything he's not supposed to if he goes there.
Okay. That sounds like a really good plan, actually. Okay. Novak. Okay. So you got your sword sharp and everything?
Yes, I do.
Takes a deep breath. Okay. Alright, I guess we're going north. and he starts heading towards the north exit to town.
Sending you a message on Discord real quick. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to clarify. Okay, so you head to the north gate. And do what?
Okay, so Novak, this is my plan, kinda. I mean, it's all I got with my skills. You know, there are birds everywhere, and in this direction, there's this. Well, there's this really kind of. I don't know, maybe a magic bird or something. I don't. I don't really remember the story too much, but there's lots of like flocks of birds this way, and if I can communicate with one of them, I could probably maybe get them to help us, and they can check the whole town and the surrounding areas.
Do we have to offer them something, or what? Why would they do this for us?
Um,
You're just gonna
I don't
convince them
know.
about the coming issues and whatnot?
I just kind of ask them real nice and smile and wave my hands, and they sometimes do what I want.
And I'm here in case they don't.
Well, so there's other stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's more the other stuff I'm worried about. You know, the stuff that tries to eat us.
I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, so stuff that walks on the ground, bad. Stuff in the air, maybe bad, probably not.
Can I do a perception check to see what's around us? If I see any tracks or anything? Or survival, whatever that is.
Are you guys still inside the gate of town, or did you walk out the gate?
But guess we will exit town.
Yeah, once we get out of town, I'm gonna be actively looking around.
Okay. You guys go out the north gate of town. And go ahead and roll your survival check first. Let's get that done. Nice roll.
Nice.
Thank you.
You see lots of tracks. You see large, almost like very round holes that are about 3 inches deep into the ground.
I'm gonna point to those tracks and ask Grum what those are from.
So, GM, do I have a clue?
Because my character would have no idea where it's from.
Roll a nature check. See if you recognize the tracks. Nope, you
Nope.
don't remember what these ones are.
Well, doesn't look good.
I think it's these things that walk on stilts, but I can't really remember.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna just have my hand in my weapon in case I have to pull it out, and guess keep an eye out.
Just,
Novak, also, with your survival check of 18, you see tracks that you recognize along with those. These are goblin tracks.
Okay, that'll point out to Grum and tell him the goblins coming this way.
okay. So, we gotta try to stay as quiet as we can, okay? And just get into the forest a little bit so that I can talk to the birds, and then we'll come right back.
Sounds good.
Okay. Um, and he's going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Nice. And go ahead and, yep, perfect. Alright. So,
And he's gonna lead Novak towards the dense forest as best he
You
can.
want us to still do stealth checks or roll for it?
oh yeah.
So it'd be a 9 plus 10.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, that's not horrible.
So a 19 and a 14.
Thank God for Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
Oh, is Charisma
Bam.
tagging along?
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys don't even notice, but Charisma is sneaking along behind you. With a ridiculous 31 to stealth.
What, do we see her coming with us?
Oh no, you
It's
have
a
no idea
21.
she's there.
It'd be a 21 then.
Plus 10. She's within. Well, I don't know. Where would you have been before Grum cast Pass Without a Trace?
I was there with them when they were trying to decide what to do.
So you were coming with us the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never heard that.
Did you
part
guys
of the
not hear me
conversation.
say? Sorry. I'm
No, I
sorry.
didn't hear that either.
Maybe I didn't push the right button.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oops.
that explains my confusion.
Yeah.
It's like, where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah, I thought you were
Out of
just sneaking in by now.
space.
Well, yeah. Lots of comments that could be made there. Anywho. Okay, so, yeah. Charisma, Grum, and Novak all stealthily work their way across. You see a band of goblins starting to kind of make their way around, and you kind of hide behind a tree, wait for them to get away, and then kind of work your way deeper into the forest. Undetected thus far.
Once they're a bit into the forest, Grum's gonna have ears out for any signs of animal life.
Okay. Roll a nature check. You hear an owl in a tree nearby, and you hear the flapping of probably a half dozen birds or so.
Okay. Grum is gonna kind of wave the party down to stop, and then cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Bird friends?
You hear large wings flapping coming from the tree up above you. And this owl comes down and lands on a branch that's just above eye level from you, Grum.
He ducks his head and extends his hands out, palms up, with a good berry in one hand. Are you friendly?
Who are you?
I'm Grum. Maybe you know some of my friends out here. I talk a lot to the animals when I can. I was hoping to speak with one of the flocks. Do you want a berry? It tastes like mango.
What is a mango?
It's delicious.
Why do you want to speak with the flocks?
Well, you see, there's you know the town. I know you guys don't really like it, but it's there for, you know, to protect against. Well, I don't really understand it yet, but it it stops the other side from coming over, and well, we can't really do that anymore, cause he's dead, and um um well, I was hoping you could help. We need to find this kid. He might know something. We need to know if he's left the town or where he is. And maybe if you guys have seen anything else funny going on, it's not, normal.
The bird cocks his head, as owls do, in that kind of weird tilt and looking at you inquisitively kind of manner. And after a moment, and you've spent enough time talking to the animals that you can pretty much gather the feeling that he's thinking very hard about what he wants to do under the circumstance. And he keeps glancing between you and the berry in your hand. I will help if there are more berries.
Grum reaches into his bag and produces 8 more berries.
The bird doesn't even open its wings, just hops down off of the branch onto the ground, kind of waddles towards you, and looks up and opens its mouth.
Grum gently tries to pick up a berry and place it in the bird's beak.
The bird gently takes the berry from between your fingers, gobbles it back, spreads his wings, Who will follow me?
Follow? But it's it's not safe for us to follow you out here.
You need help
Can
from the
you-
birds, yes?
Yeah.
Then follow me.
And now he looks at the party, kind of perplexed at Charisma and Novak. Guys, he wants us to follow him. But then he looks at the owl.
Charisma's gonna message, because I'm still hiding and not wanting to, give my position away or whatever, but I'm gonna message Grum and just ask him if he can be observant and steer us around things that would cause us harm.
But if we're gonna actually, and he looks at the owl. Where are we going? Are we going further up? Are we going north? I mean, and he points that way.
You must speak with big birds to get help from little birds.
Grum swallows a large gulp. Charisma, I think we need the rest of the party. I mean, if we're going this way, then it's really dangerous. I mean, I thought we were just gonna, slip out and then go back into town, but if we're going to see the magic bird, then we need all the magic people, and well, we need all the people.
Okay, okay. Can the bird guide us around any of the dangerous areas?
Owl Body, could you guide us to town real quick so that we could get some more of our friends, and then we could go.
You don't want to follow me?
Well, I do, but I want to bring my friends. See, there's this one guy. He's super smart, like super smart, and he would ask all the right questions. But I don't really. I'm not so good with the questions and the asking. So I just want to make sure that when we go to see the big bird, we 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 do the right thing. And then also, I could probably get more berries.
The
We
bird
could bring like,
cocks his head back and forth at the mention of berries. Okay. We will go to town and get your friends. And with a slight shuffle and a flap of his large owl wings, he goes straight up in the air about 20 feet and starts slowly kind of gliding towards town.
okay, so we're going to town. Can you guys do the pointy whisper in the head thing, and maybe get the party to come over here? Ooh, and can I bring
got you back.
cookies?
Okay. Any particular kind of cookie?
Chocolate chip would be good.
Okay.
Maybe some turkey.
Okay. So I make with the pointy whispery things to the people that didn't go with us and let them know I'm going to go get cookies. Although, actually, I should have some. I'm going to point to one of the people that don't have as good of stealth to go get the cookies. So I'm going to point to Novak.
Novak's with you.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, we're all huddled in the forest.
Ocean and Morgan, Marcus, and Bob. And the innkeeper chick are all in town.
Yeah, we still need to get Bob, Ocean, and Morgan.
Right. Am I not close enough to message them?
What's the range of message?
Looking.
I think it's 150 feet.
120.
Yeah, you guys are a little out of range for message to work.
Okay, well. Bleh. I guess I'm just gonna walk into town and grab people and cookies.
Okay, let's all maybe go back to town together.
That'll work too.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's fine. You always have a travel buddy when you're out of town. It made me turn it into a song, and so I would remember.
I want to hear the song.
You always have a travel buddy when you're out of town. That's the song.
Oh. Okay. Good song. Do you just repeat that one line?
Oh yeah. So you don't
Excellent.
forget to bring a travel buddy. Okay.
Oh, okay then.
So pass without a trace is down,
Yeah.
and yeah.
But the bird manages to fairly easily maneuver you through without incident. And you guys are at the entrance to town.
Right, I guess I'll go get Morgan, Bob, and Ocean.
I'll go get cookies.
Grum is gonna plop down and rest and just make small talk with the bird and feed him some more good berries.
Okay. Everybody separates, gathers the group, gets cookies. Sylvia, luckily, had been doing some work in the kitchen and had about 24 chocolate chip cookies. And puts them in a little bag and hands them to Charisma. And you guys all meet back up at the gate north of town.
Okie dokie.
So where are we going?
Well,
What'd you guys find?
so I talked to a bird, and well, so there's this old story. I don't really remember the details, but there's a magic bird that lives like way north of town. And well, Hoot Hoot over here can lead us there. And I mean, we could probably maybe convince uh, the big bird to, give us the help of all the little birds. And if we have that, well, then we can know everything about the entire area. Because, there's birds everywhere. So if we want to find someone, well, there's nowhere they can't hide. I mean, wait, the other way around. There's nowhere they, wait. There's no,
I get your point, Grum.
oh,
I
okay.
get your point.
So that's one thing. But the other thing is, the birds always know, you know? Like, they know when stuff's going on. They always fly out before anything serious happens. And if we can talk to the big bird, maybe we can actually find out a bit more about what's going on. I mean, they'll know if there's some weird portal stuff going on. They'll know if there's something outside of town. And, I mean, inside the town, we don't really know much about what happens outside of town, because everything wants to eat you. So we don't try to go out there too much. But if there's somewhere out here that we need to be, they'll know about it. So, yeah, that was the idea, I guess.
Let's do it. Lead the way, Grum.
Well, okay. Hey, hold on. I guess we're ready to go.
Okay.
I'd like to stealth again.
Follow me. And anyone that would like to roll stealth, roll stealth.
Should I be rolling stealth, guys? I'm inclined not
Might as well
to.
give it a shot, but
Yeah.
Might as well try. Grum, can you do your thing again to make us a little more stealthy?
I'm kind of tapped out until we do the sleepy time.
Okay.
Stomp,
What are you
stomp,
wearing for armor, Ocean?
Oh yeah, I believe I have a chainmail on. Yep. Got a suit of chainmail.
I
Which
believe
heavy armor.
that is disadvantage on stealth.
Alright, yeah, let me roll again. Figured. There we go, that seems more like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder, I totally
Oh, you're good, dude. I'm happy to ruin the plans of the party.
forgot.
You're wearing chainmail?
Yep,
I'm shocked.
Yeah, that
really.
is definitely
it should
Got
be,
it
I
out.
think, because it's heavy armor.
Yep. So, you... Wow. Grum.
Grum, my god.
Uh-huh.
So you guys begin to follow the bird. And he's guiding you in kind of a winding path. As you're going through and following the bird, Grum, paying more attention to the bird, stops paying as much attention to where he's walking and stubs his toe into the tree. Ocean, also trying to pay attention to the bird, runs into Grum. You both fall down and make a fair amount of noise. You all stop dead in your tracks and listen for a moment. You hear a squeaking noise. Guttural voices in the distance. And you see torchlight appearing and heading
Goblins?
your direction. What do you do?
Well, I think it's apparent somebody heard us. We might as well figure it out who it is.
Can I try to move over somewhere else and try to re-stealth?
Yeah, you've got a little bit of time if you wanted to try.
Yeah, I want to move over like 20 feet, somewhere just out of the way, try to re-stealth.
Okay.
God.
Grum and Ocean are busy untangling from one another. Grum's hair is all tied up in Ocean's chainmail.
Okay, since I'm not very stealthy, I am not going to try to re-stealth because it could be worse. But I am going to stay about, I don't know, 10 feet behind the rest of the party.
Okay. As the torchlights begin to move, and Grum and Ocean are untangling Grum from Ocean's armor,
God damn it, Grum.
the owl makes a hard bank and circles back around to you. Whoo! We must hurry. Ooh! And starts flying much faster pace in a straight line through the trees.
Grum just tries to pretty much forcibly rips hair out of himself, pulling off of the chainmail. Time to run, folks.
All right, let's rock and roll.
I'll follow, I guess.
So everybody at a dead run?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yep.
Sure, I'm going to catch up before they leave. If we're running, none of us are stealth. Let's hit it.
Alright. So what is everyone's move speed?
30.
30.
30.
30.
Okay. I was pretty sure everybody was at 30. I just wanted to make sure. Alright. So, boogieing as quick as you can, you come into a clearing. The owl zips straight to the center of the clearing and veers off to the left and starts doing a circle, getting closer and closer to the ground. Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. As you get to where the owl is, you get up there. The owl lands on the ground, shuffles his talons around for a moment, spreads his wings out as wide as they'll go, and begins flapping furiously for a moment. You see a rope come up out of the dirt and the grass and he is still just furiously flapping.
A rope coming up. What?
A rope, like a section of rope, comes up out of the dirt and grass in his talons.
Okay. Grum's gonna grab the rope and pull.
Make a strength check with advantage from help of the bird. Okay, between you and the bird, you successfully manage to yank on the rope, pulling up a door that is covered in dirt and grass and dried dead leaves. There is a stairway going down under the earth.
Get in, get in, get in!
Okay. What order do we want to go in, people? Go. I'm not going first.
I'll go first.
I'll follow.
I'll go third.
Morgan stops you on your way through, Ocean, touches his hand to your shield and casts light.
Alright. Do that.
Who was first?
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna touch Ocean as well and give him guidance again.
I'm really feeling the love, guys. Thanks.
Aww. Don't get used to
Oh, ow.
it.
So, everybody in the hole?
I was ready to
Yeah.
kill you earlier, so you know.
The last
Glad to
one
see
is
that you can
drop.
switch so quickly.
Self-preservation is high.
Alright. Everybody drops down into the hole. The owl lets go of the rope, and the door drops closed over top of your head. Going down the stairs,
Nick.
if you would choose, or staying where you're standing.
Yeah, we're going down. Freaking. Shining
It's
that light.
here.
Is it a
Shining that
stairway down or like a ladder down? I mean,
It is a
are we in a
stairway
room or?
carved into the dirt.
Let's freaking go.
Are we gonna go find the beetle from the backside? Didn't they say there was like a backside to the beetle?
No, this is something else. This is the complete other. No, I didn't even know this was here.
Nice.
So, well, you know what they say about holes in the ground? There's usually stuff in them that'll try to eat you. So, I guess eyes peeled.
Right.
Fucking love Grum.
Oh my. Let's carry on.
Sure thing, Grum.
Alright, so you guys proceed down the stairs into the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you guys proceed
Words
down,
are hard, blah blah
yeah,
blah.
I'm telling you. As you guys proceed down the tunnel, you notice that it's not like most tunnels that any of you may have traversed. You still get the smell of damp earth like you would, but you're also getting almost a mix of fresh air. It's really, really strange. As you proceed down through the tunnel more, the tunnel starts to widen out into a large circular hole. And there's light coming down from above. Do you guys want to continue into the room?
Yes. 100% yes.
Okay, I'm gonna like stop at the entrance and wait to see what happens when they go in.
I think Grom will stop with charisma and just very pointedly be trying to look around the room for anything that seems out of place.
Okay. As you guys all kind of come up to the opening, you see just kind of where you're at. You can kind of just see an opening above this giant clearing at the end of the tunnel. And it's just a big hole open to the sky.
And what is it? A circular room? Like how big is it?
It is a big friggin' circle. It is probably 250 foot
Shit.
from one side of the circle to the other.
Charisma is gonna message Novak and say at least they didn't lead us in through that, right?
Yeah, true.
Is there anything in the circle? Is it an empty room? Or is there?
Yeah, is there anything?
You don't see anything directly in the circle. Roll a perception check, however. To anyone that would be looking around the room. Ocean, Grum, and Novak all notice a large shadow moving on the ground in circles around the room.
What?
The shadow is getting larger and circling in towards the center of the room.
Let's stand clear.
Yeah, I want to run to the to an edge the
Back
room
up to safe distance.
and look up.
As you all take your positions, you begin to hear the flapping of wings. But it's different than what you're used to. You're used to hearing birds. This sounds like a bird, but it's way too loud to be a bird. As you look up, you see the largest bird any of you have probably ever seen. It lands in the center of the room. Wingspan reaching to where the tips of its feathers are only feet from either wall.
Damn.
It pulls its wings in and stands there in the middle of the room, towering above all of you.
Grom will walk forward and produce the bag of cookies and put it down, and then take like 2 steps back. Hello, Big Bird. I brought cookies.
bird looks at the bag, looks at you, looks around at the rest of the party, and then turns his eyes back to you, Grum. He ruffles his feathers a little bit, preens at himself for a moment, and then begins to speak. All of you recognize the words that are coming out of the beak of this bird. The bird says, "You must be Grum. Boren has told me a lot about you."
His face kind
Uh-oh.
of goes a little bit pale. Yeah, I mean, hi, yeah, I'm grown.
He always said
Charisma,
he...
being who Charisma is going to point at the bird and just message it and say, Warren passed away today.
The
Grum
bird's
is understandably upset.
wings shoot out from it wide, feathers completely spread, and lets out a very large, high-pitched bird shriek.
Charisma plugs her ears and cringes.
Boy.
After several minutes of this long, loud shriek, wings flapping furiously in the hole, talons digging at the dirt beneath its feet, it settles down for a moment, glares at each of you individually as if it's looking straight through you. Calms down a little bit more, looks at Grum. Did he send you here before he died?
No, I found my own way.
I take it he never got around to telling you who I am either, did he?
He told me lots of stories, but I'm not so good with the rememberings.
The bird stands large and proud in the center of the circle, and very loudly declares, "I am Ultim, king of the birds, friend of Boren, protector of the forests, why are you here?"
I don't even know anymore. Um, I don't know, they all kind of saw it. I didn't really see it, but there's bad, there's bad juju going on in the town.
The bird looks around, waiting for more information. He looks to Novak, waiting. Do you stay quiet or do you speak?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself.
Go ahead.
I am Novak. Yeah, I'll just say I'm Novak. Sent by Cord.
He looks to charisma.
Yeah? What?
He shakes his head and looks to Ocean.
Can I help you, bird?
Shakes his head again. Looks to Morgan. Morgan just kind of bows. The bird nods and turns back to Grum. Your friends aren't very talkative.
He's the one that shook his head.
Um,
I whisper.
well, so, I mean, forgive my friends, you're probably kind of scary looking. Um, and they're not so used to talking with animals. I think, Ultim, do you know, was there something here before the town? Is there anything, is anything going on outside or around the town that's not normal? No, too many questions. We need to know what happened here and why it was being protected so that we can stop it.
All of you standing in the room feel a cold chill in the air. As you're sitting there waiting for the response from Ultim, he begins to shrink down, going from the very large bird that he was to a man, a very tall man, albeit about 7 feet tall, long blonde hair, the same piercing blue eyes, looking around the room at each of you. Long ago, where the town of Ascension stands now, there used to be a mountain. A great war between the side of good and the side of evil was fought on this land. The mountain itself was shattered, and a large amount of energy was left here at the end of the war. When this energy was released, it left the barrier between our world and the world of the gods and the world of the demons. Very thin. Very easy to traverse. A group of people happened across this land and felt the great power. Some of them wanted to try to harness it for themselves. They were foolish. Others wanted to seal it, protect it, lock it away. The bird looks back to Grum. Boren is the descendant of the man that stopped the tragedy, or tried the first time. Their family has learned and refined and passed down to their oldest son the techniques and the secrets to keep the barrier sealed. You ask me if anything strange has been happening in the lands. Over the course of the last few weeks, we have noticed the rise of more undead, more strange creatures that do not belong on these lands. The gate is thinning, opening, making it easier to traverse the plains. If Boren is dead, as you say, then it is only a matter of time before the magic that he and his family had put together is broken, and things will be able to pass through these barriers more easily.
So how do we stop it? How do we keep the barrier up?
You must find the teachings that Boren's family has left scattered across the land.
Do we like books? And he looks very perplexed.
Kind of, Grum. It is more written in the stone than it is on paper. There is a fountain in the town of Ascension. There is also a graveyard. To begin finding the answers, I would start there. Be warned, however, that finding the answers will not be easy. Boren's family did not take the protection of their secrets lightly. I know for certain beneath the town of Ascension lie many dangers, and around the outsides of Ascension lie many more. Boren told me that should this ever happen, that he would have prepared a group of adventurers to take his place and learn the secrets and protect the town of Ascension, and in essence, the rest of the world. He said to start in the graveyards. Look deep. Look carefully. Once you have reached the very bowels of the catacombs that you can access through the mausoleum, there will be a wall with writing on it. He said, however, that to get to the wall, you'll need to fight something dangerous. There is a dragon that has been bound. It is a very young dragon. It had died. They took the bones of the dragon and assembled it in the base, in the bottom of the words are very hard today. In the bottom of the catacombs. Should a trespasser come through, the bones will assemble and form the shape of this dragon, and defend the secrets that the family had locked away. Defeat the dragon and prove your strength to begin your journey. That is the first of the clues that will lead you to being able to save the town of Ascension. Grum.
Yes, Birdman.
Boren did not have any direct children of his own, but he looked at you as a son. I am sure that he would want this knowledge and this strength to pass through you. Will you bear the mantle of the protector of the town of Ascension? Will you take the place of your father?
Nobody can do that. And I can't say that I'm ready to do that yet either. Maybe one day, but I think I have a lot to figure out first.
The man smiles and nods. Boren raised you well. It is dangerous out here after dark. And unfortunately, I do not have any more information for you. But what I can do is get you safely back to the town of Ascension if you would like. So that you can begin wherever your adventure is going to take you. Would you like to return to the town of Ascension?
I guess so. Does anybody, is there anything else we need to ask?
Back to town we go.
I have nothing else to ask, and we would appreciate safe travels. Thank you.
Agreed.
The man very rapidly spins in a circle and grows back into the giant bird shape that you had seen before. He spreads his wings and hunkers down low to the ground, inviting all of you onto his back.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is cool. Charisma, like, gingerly climbs on. Not wanting to accept or upset the beautiful great bird. And I kind of, like, don't know how to react, so I stroke the feathers like I would a dog and say, "Thank you, good birdie."
What are you doing?
Petting the bird. Shush.
Grum will climb on very reverently. Big smile on his face.
The
Up
bird
we go.
spreads his wings and takes off at a very rapid pace straight up into the air, into the town of Ascension. He lands in front of the tree, lowers down, and lets you all off of his back. As soon as you have all gotten down off the back of the great bird, he nods and returns to the night sky.
Okay, that was super cool. We got to ride on the bird. That was awesome. Now what?
Well, I have no idea, I guess. I don't know. Did we actually learn something?
Yeah, he gave us a clue. Remember?
Oh yeah, we go to the bottom. Oh crap, we gotta go to the bottom of the graveyard? The board said never to go down there. Well, I vote that a nap and then maybe down to the, okay, down to the graveyard.
Yeah, you guys want to rest up first?
I'm good with resting.
I could take a load off for a little while.
Morgan is already headed to the inn.
Ooh, I wonder if I have time for a bubble bath.
As you all go to the inn and settle in for the night, ordering whatever food or drink you may desire,
And the bubble bath.
getting your bubble bath. Sleep finally takes you. You all dream of the large bird, of a dark bone dragon, Novak, that you see more clearly than anyone else.
Yeah.
Grum, you dream, but you do not dream like the rest. You don't dream of the large bird. You don't dream of the dragon. You dream of the fond memories that were had with Boren. you all get a good night's rest and begin to wake up. That is where we are going to call it for this week. By the
Excellent.
way,
Thank you.
Awesome. That was fun.
you are all level 4.
Hey! I
Woo!
did nothing.
Milestone leveling for the win.
Love it.
Cody, do you want to just stay tonight and do that, or do we want to do it later this week?
Let's plan on doing it Tuesday.
Hold on. I have to look at my schedule.
Her character gets weird and wonderful things at level 4.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I'm available
Should be
Tuesday
kinda
night. I
awkward.
have a session at 2, but other than that, I'm good.
Okay. We will plan on getting together for that on Tuesday then. Everybody that wants to roll hit dice, go ahead. Remember, you can either take whatever your roll is or the median, whichever is the highest.
Okay.
Taking median then.
What are my hit dice? Get small. Just...
Get something to medium. I don't remember.
Nice roll. Nice roll!
Nice! I was excited about my 9, but yours is pretty too. I think we both got max though.
You got
Well,
one
no.
shy of
Okay,
max.
I got one under,
That puts 40.
but that was pretty nice. For a little wizardy type chick, 30 hit points at level 4 is pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
And I will let Morgan level himself and whatnot.
Yeah, we all know what happened when someone tried to do me and got me 1 hit point. I remember it well.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching tonight's episode of The Path of Ascension. We wish you the best of luck. Enjoy whatever Dungeons and Dragons you may play on your own. And look forward to seeing you next week. As always, stay classy.